Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, we've seen this bounce that we wanted to see. You might remember in the last video I explained to you that this here could be a structure that the price is following. One of the likely structures here, this sort of 5-wave pattern to the downside. And I think in the last video we were down here and I highlighted to you we have seen probably or at least something that looks like a 5-wave move to the downside, and that now a corrective bounce would therefore be likely towards or into the resistance area. Well, the resistance area was reached, but not in a clearly 3-wave structure that I wanted to see. So maybe a little bit impulsive even. That definitely keeps the door open to the yellow count. And remember what I said in the last video, I would be impressed if the price was really going to follow through to the downside in this straightforward manner. It's often not as easy as that. And this 5-wave move would be sort of the obvious Elliott Wave pathway. But obviously we have some parameters from this wave count. So a break above 71,620 indicates that something different is going on. And that different scenario would be the yellow count, in which a C wave to the upside should form a 5-wave move. So I explained to you in the last video, once I see a 5-wave move to the upside followed by a 3-wave pullback, and especially if that goes along with a break above the Monday high at around 72,780, I will take the yellow count much more seriously. That would be a scenario in which Bitcoin already bottomed. And this is the decision moment. If Bitcoin cannot follow through to the downside, and if Bitcoin cannot break below today's low, then it might be the yellow count we have to follow. Okay, not clear which one it is, but I can tell you that the rally from today's low is a little bit more impulsive than it would be ideal for the white count. But we haven't broken above resistance, and we haven't broken above the Monday high. So it's not possible for me to confirm the yellow count, not yet. But it's definitely a potential, right? So we talked about that 66,200 level, and that the yellow count has to be considered as long as that level stays intact. A break below 66,200 could send us down to the previous swing low, around 64,750, and only a break below that level will invalidate the yellow count as it is. But below 66,200, the likelihood of the yellow count will already reduce. But for now, the door stays open for the yellow count, okay, which is this diagonal pattern, and the 4th wave bottomed here. It's not the preferred scenario, but I highlighted that if we get a break above the Monday high, then it might become the primary scenario, because here we would be dealing with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern like that, yeah. And the 3rd wave is an ABC structure, and the 5th wave would be an ABC. And the 3rd wave should take us to 81,280, at least based on the target for a 3rd wave. Now I can also use the fib extension tool within this structure. Let's assume the B wave might have bottomed. And it should take us into this region, and the 81.2K area is sort of in that area, so that fits quite well. Yeah, what can I say? I think from here we could just zoom in a little bit, and you can see that this rally is a little bit more impulsive as you would normally expect it for a wave 2. A break above resistance will indicate that something more bullish is likely going on, but the yellow count isn't clearly in control until we break above the Monday high of around 72,720. So this here can be counted still as a 3-wave move, like a WXY pattern, but it just looks a bit impulsive. So all we can do is watch the resistance area and see if we can see any reaction before the price breaks above 71,620. And then to confirm the white count, we need to see a break below the intraday low, and that was around 67,500. So yeah, these are the patterns, and if the white count plays out, we should see a 5-wave move to the downside. I still see the white count as more likely, but obviously in corrections, it's very important to watch the different indicators and signals and how the patterns are developing on the smaller time frame in a very dynamic way. Well, and this white scenario there, I mean, that white wave 2, as I said, is a little bit more aggressive than you would normally expect it. And that's just, let's say, a warning that maybe the yellow count is rather playing out. But I can't say until we have a break above resistance, a 1-2 setup to the upside, and ideally even a break above the Monday high. So I'm very much watching all eyes need to be on that resistance range now. So yeah, that's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.